Well, Donald Trump has reemerged like a phoenix rising over the horizon after 3 days or 4 days with no public events. And it might have been better if he hadn't, because what came out of his mouth was so disjointed, a mess of lies and delusion and absolute gibberish. And by the way, with terrible audio, just the complete, I think Antifa might have been running the mics for this event. This was the summer soiree on the White House South Lawn. Trump starting with an absolute whopper about grocery prices and gas prices, just fabricated numbers. A really strange moment, not clear what he's referring to, seems completely addled, and they just can't get the audio right. Poor guy.
We're devastated. The last administration, in my opinion, the most unsuccessful administration maybe in the history of our country. Grocery prices went through the roof. While grocery prices now are down, you remember they were talking about eggs. My first week in office, the press was screaming about eggs. Eggs have gone up to
eggs
187%. I said, I'm sorry, I just got here. And the eggs went up. Now the eggs are down at the same price they were. We got them all the way down. And we had, 3 weeks ago for Easter, we had an egg hunt, an egg roll, they called it. And they said, sir, could you order, a couple of months ago, could you order plastic eggs? I said, we're not ordering plastic eggs. And by the time we had the event, eggs were all the way down. But think of it, grocery prices are down, gasoline prices are down, and we're down just in time. $1, we had numerous states, $1.98 a gallon.
So I looked for that information. I was not able to find a single state in which gas was $1.98 on Memorial Day. Big picture, gas prices are up a little since Trump took office. Not a lot. And just to be clear, I don't put a lot of stock in gas prices as something presidents control. You all know that, but he's just lying about gas prices. They were around $3.04 a gallon on average when he took office. Right now, they're about $3.12. It's not a lot higher. It's like 2-3% higher, but they're certainly not lower. And then as far as grocery prices go, grocery prices aren't down. They are rising slowly as they were at the end of Joe Biden's presidency, along with inflation being between 2 and 2.5%. So grocery prices are sort of steady up a little bit over the last 4 months. Trump's just not dealing in reality here. He's, I guess, trying to rewrite it. And this only gets weirder. Trump then going into talking about a team and hiring and appointments and fill rates. And he has a waiting list. Completely feeble. Just gibberish coming out of his mouth.
You really are. And someday, one of you, maybe 2 of you or 3 of you, will be standing right here saying very similar words. I hope you're saying similar words. But that's a real possibility because there really is this greatness in this crowd. There's greatness. You might not even know that, but there's greatness in this crowd. The caliber of talent we've assembled is unparalleled. And this is really the strongest, most talented team that we've had, and I think that this government has had in a long time and maybe ever. I really think this could be the best team. We worked hard.
If you're struggling to follow this, you're not alone.
In just 135 days, we've hired over 3,200 patriots to deliver on the mandate that we received in November. November 5th, we want to go down as one of the most important days in the history of our country. That's Election Day. We're going to make it the most important day. And as of tonight, we filled 91% of our political appointments. And
it's not even clear what he's talking about. I don't even know that he knows what year it is from the way this guy is talking, what mandate he imagines he got. It's not a campaign rally, but he sounds like he's giving a job fair speech at some kind of fantasy White House that exists only in his own mind. And then in a completely surreal moment, he again talks about how he brought back $5 trillion from the Middle East. He makes it sound like he brought back duffel bags full of cash, and he got a free plane with it as a bonus.
But 6 months ago, we had a nation that was as cold as ice. It was cold. The whole world was laughing at us, and they're not laughing anymore. That I can tell you now because of the people here tonight. We have the hottest, most talked about country anywhere in the world.
It's hot.
I went to the Middle East. We went to Qatar, Saudi Arabia. We went to UAE. We went to 3 stops. We brought back $5.1 trillion. Think of that. 5.1. They ordered massive amounts of military equipment, regular equipment, 200 Boeing aircraft, and we got one for free for the nation. You've been hearing that. The United States Air Force got one for free. I say I'd like one because we need it as Air Force One until the other ones are done. And they said we would be pleased to give you. So they gave us a Boeing 747 for the United States Air Force. And it's just incredible. The press picked it up and they said, he got a plane. I didn't get a plane. They got a plane. But that's the way it is. You're going to get to know as you deal with the fake news.
Yeah. None of that makes any sense, as I'm sure you can tell. Who's they? Who was trying to buy 200 planes? Where is this 5 trillion he claims he got? He's bragging about getting a free plane, but it's also not for him, and it's also kind of not free. It's complete incoherence. And this is the guy that Republicans are saying is fit to run the country. But he is rambling through completely hallucinated timelines, imaginary transactions, and made up numbers. And it's really like watching someone act out a fever dream on national TV. He should have stayed hidden for a 4th or 5th day, whatever it ultimately ended up being. And it raises again the question, who's actually in charge? Because this is what he's up to with almost nothing on his public calendar. Who's actually making the decisions? And it seems to be people with even worse instincts than Donald Trump. Many of us know it can be tough to stay on top of nutrition every single day, especially when things get busy and hectic. That is why I've made AG1 part of my morning routine. AG1 has now launched their next gen formula, still just a scoop a day, but it's been upgraded with more vitamins and minerals, a stronger probiotic blend, and this is the biggest thing, clinically backed by 4 human clinical trials. Most supplements don't go through anything like that. In one clinical trial, AG1 Next Gen increased healthy gut bacteria by 10 times. It's also clinically shown to help fill common nutrient gaps, even if you eat pretty well already. I mix AG1 with water before my world famous cappuccino in the morning. Quick, tastes good, just helps me feel like I'm covering my nutritional bases. And now clinically backed with an advanced formula, it's the perfect time to try AG1 if you haven't. Head to drinkag1.com/Pacman to subscribe. You'll get a free bottle of AG D3K2, a welcome kit, and 5 travel packs with your first order. The link is in the description.